Hey, this is Jabron, and this is why I think Ja Morant should have been a caddy when he was younger. First of all, caddies and basketball players share a lot in common to me. Basketball players got to get chosen. If they play good, they'll play again. If they don't play good, they'll ride the bench. Caddy goes out, don't do a good job, he won't get picked. And he'll be riding the bench. That's at every caddy shack around the world. I myself was a caddy when I was, 14, 15, something like that, at the Country Club of Detroit. And it taught me a lot of things. Like, first of all, people might look at caddy as like a bad thing, and then you put the color of my skin, like, oh, this is a black guy, he out there carrying them bags with them white folks. I mean, I was, but that was his job. It was white caddies too. It didn't really make a difference. It's just about who did the job right. I mean, it's all in your mind. If that's how you feel about caddying, then that's something you have to deal with. But anyway, it's a great job for teenagers to have because it teaches you so many things. When to talk, when not to talk. It teaches you how to think. A good caddy is a person who can use their knowledge to help the person that they're doing the service for have a better experience, right? I mean, because they're out having an experience. It's a game, but you're experiencing. It's outside. It's a live thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. You meet people being a caddy, like the same people that a teenager would caddy for at a major country club might be the same people who own season tickets for the NBA, right? They might not go to the game, but they got tickets to give away. You might get tickets. Man, we got tickets going to the game. So it's like if you could be a good caddy, then you could be a good NBA player. Meaning not doing what is not good for the NBA's image. And it wouldn't be why is this? Why is that? Why I can't do this? Well, you wouldn't even ask because you would already understand because of the lessons you learned being a caddy. Certain things like I was saying, those people who might be at these country clubs, same people who buy NBA tickets. And if you can be a good caddy, and a good caddy, again, makes the experience right, you wouldn't have those things, those distractions, like waving guns around, because in the car, bumping music. Those aren't the people who fund or buy the majority of the NBA tickets, or the reason why the NBA is on television, on ABC, because people who pay for season tickets, and those people are not out doing that, right? If it was up to the people who was riding around, playing loud music and waving guns and to support the NBA, we wouldn't have an NBA, right? But yet here they have a NBA player doing things that's not the NBA. And the question is, like, you got one side saying, oh, what's wrong with this? And then you got the other side saying, well, it's the NBA, and if you work for us, then this is what you're doing, because we're not doing that, right? And being a caddy, you meet people, right? Like, you probably saw a person that I caddied for when I was 15. He probably like dead now, I don't know. But his company and his family still getting paid. You don't know him, but you saw his name. Probably this week. You probably was driving down the freeway and saw his name. You didn't even realize it's just the name on the truck. Fruhoff. Met the guy, Chichi Rodriguez. You meet a lot of different people. I mean, it's just, and if you could be a good caddy, learning what to say, what not to say, knowing where the 150-yard marker is. There's a dog left leg to the right, left. Just get the flag. Get your shadow out of the hole. Don't laugh, even if they hackers. Don't do it. I've done it. I did it. I mean, I was out there. They was like, man, I don't know what they was thinking, but it was just so funny. I mean, he was just hacking, and it's a great job to have, because it teaches you, again, you can have a great game, player having a great game, or I could be the other caddy and I only can see you on the tees, right? Because your player is always where they at? He on the fairway on the other hole. Every hole he on the fairway or some other hole. Like, you don't see him. Anyway, Ja would have been a better person if he would have been. He would have learned a lot of things. And again, for people who like, oh well, it's a stupid job, and no, it's a great job, and especially if you thinking like, oh, you was black and you was working for those white men. One time, me and my friends, we did doubles. Already went out once, going out again. So we had a guy. I had him and his partner, and my friend had the other two guys. So he had the three was his guests. We treated them. We really wanted to do good. I don't know why but we was just on point, right? I mean, it was like we was working together to create a good experience for this white guy or these white people. It was just people, but I'm trying to tell you, they were white, right? Old white guys or whatever. And when we got done, this is what this old white guy said. You probably would see him, or I would see him and say, this white guy is probably an old racist white guy. He probably never said nothing good to any black person. But to a 15-year-old, two 15-year-old black kids from Detroit, he was like, you guys were the best damn caddies I ever had. I still remember that shit. Gave us $20 tips. I was like, shit, right on, bro. I mean, because it was about your experience, man. I want you to have a good time. I want you to, your people like, damn, this shit is the country club of Detroit. This motherfucker is fly. The caddies got us out this bitch like we on the PGA. I mean, we had it for them, right? And if Ja could learn to serve, he could stop serving himself, right? Serve the NBA like, LeBron. I mean, I don't know if he will sit around. I'm sure LeBron bumped music too, all that. But he just, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, being a caddy is more people need to do caddy. If you're a young person, check out your local country clubs. It's a lot of avenues. I had a guy that I introduced to being caddy, and he turned into a golf professional teacher or instructor or whatever. Lindsey Mason. Look him up. I remember telling him about it. I mean, yeah, we're teenagers back in 79 or 80 coming home on a Saturday. It's 6:30. Look, all the broke kids ain't got no money to buy, because you're 15. If you whatever you buying, you got $70 that you made, right? And then your friend, he 15, 16. He ain't got $70. He ain't got $3. He can't go. We gotta stick with the beat. So it'll be lessons learned. I mean, and it could introduce you to some great people. And it's just not about Caddie. And they'll be talking to you about, they might, they're going to ask you some things. It's not like what people think. There's some great people, man. You walking down the fairway, talking to you. Hey, how you doing? So what are you doing with your life? What's your plans? Blah, 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 blah. Might be for 5 minutes, but hey, they want to know that you're doing good. That you're not going to wind up, whatever. And more more young people need to get those values, right? And not look at those things like a caddy as a bad thing that's underneath them. And I don't do that. So anyway, that's my take on why Ja should have been a caddy, and he would have not been doing what he doing about the flash and the thing. And I ain't got I'm not Ja Morant, I don't care. But I did buy a Ja Morant jersey, and I bought it because he was balling. And he didn't have a thing. And I don't follow Ja Morant. I don't know what this person be doing. I'm not on his IG. Right? I watch the basketball game, and then that other stuff come up. I bought the jersey. I can't even wear it. Now I can wear it, but I ain't that type of person, because I want to be clear in the message that I'm sending or what I'm interpreting it as. If you flashing guns and doing all that, who you affiliated with? Say it. You a gang banging motherfucker or not? Because I'm not. I'm only affiliated with the U.S. fucking Army. That's the only people I ever fucking joined in my life. Right? I'm not a motherfucker that join people. Right? I don't join. I'm not affiliated with it. And it costs me a lot because I'm not affiliated with it. I lived in Michigan, which is union. I never wanted to be a fucking person that work in a plant. Who want to work in a plant? But that's what they push here in Michigan. I never wanted to do that. Like, what the fuck? What I want to do that for? I did it though, but I did it when I was like a teenager, 18, 19. Knew then I didn't want to do this, even though I had moved up in the job. I went from the line to doing quality control, where I was fixing little defects that was on the door panels that we were doing. I don't want to do that. I was going to school back then. I was like, so anyway, be a caddy if you're young. If I could physically still do it, I'd be a caddy. Sometimes, just to go. I could be a millionaire just to go incognito and laugh at people. God damn, motherfucker, caddy was laughing at me. Now I would do that. I would hope I would. Get in the sand trap. 15 now, I'm laughing at you. White people used to turn red like this. Just look over at the person that I was caddying for, like, trying to keep it in. Trying to keep it in, but this nigga out here. It's hot. Yeah, the sand trap, fucking around. Anyway. What's up, y'all? Have a good day. Peace.